When you take a look around at the homes in this town, you'll notice that a lot of them are surrounded by that stuff called grass, aka a lawn. A lawn generally takes up quite a lot of space of a person's property, and it is generally expected that a person keeps their lawn well kept and tidy, and most importantly, green. Now, lawns have very few actual purposes. Most people generally just have a lawn. It's an empty space that is not being used to its full opportunity. In order to help our planet and make it a better place, I believe that lawns can be utilized to create a much more fulfilling and healthy environment for the ecological benefit of the surrounding area, as well as the people who own the lawn. Our population is growing rapidly, and in result of that, more development is happening on landscapes where before there was just natural land such as forests, plains, and deserts. On top of more land being disrupted from its natural state, the end result is developed land that is ultimately unhealthy. We are barely utilizing the land that we are on at the same time as damaging the quality of it and our quality of living. A group of indigenous people in Colombia called the Kogi people have mastered the art of utilizing their surroundings for their benefit, as well as the benefit of a healthy environment, and therefore keeping balance between people and nature. The Kogi people warn against the industrialism of societies leading to potential catastrophes, and they believe that's where we are heading with our destruction of forests and natural land in order to build and for our resources. All of their resources come from the forest and work in a way that does not destroy the land but works with it and thrived. They believe the earth is a living, breathing being, and they cannot understand why we treat it the way that we do. A way to work with the land that we have in order to create a more healthy lifestyle and world, I believe, is to transform the lawn into a working piece of land that will ultimately help people. We use an immense amount of water on just plain old grass, at the same time that we are facing a water crisis and drought in several areas of the world, including a large part of our country. California has to transport water from other states hundreds of miles away in order to keep up with the drought that is occurring here. And a lot of that water traveled all of that way to go towards unreasonable uses, such as keeping a lawn green. But if we were to put that water to use by watering something substantial, would it be a waste? A garden is a menagerie of different plants and grasses, which could introduce biodiversity back into your neighborhood. With a wide range of different plants, a wide, diverse population of bugs would be created, which would create immense biodiversity in birds and mammals that would potentially come back to the area, and ultimately creating a more healthy environment. And although it's still using water to maintain the growth, it has benefits such as the food that is produced and the biodiverse population attracted, rather than just being plain grass. It would also help us cut down on methane. Instead of the usual 20 to 30 cuts a year, the grass-free lawn is more likely to require only 5 to 9 cuts. This reduces considerably the amount of energy required to maintain a lawn, and it can lead to a reduction of 4/5 in CO2 emissions from fossil fuels associated with mowing, says Smith Lionel from Developing Grass-Free Lawns. I believe that the idea of changing our lawns and yards into a beautiful, thriving garden full of different plants and not wasting our water resources on plain grass has immense hope of changing the world for the better and to help our society become a healthier, thriving society.